this is the Armenian bread. And it's open on the street. So they actually offer me bread.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
But 200 people making some bread. Yeah, a good looking guy is made, okay? Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Oh, chef, we should close the one.
Okay, this is funny. Watch the guy when he's gonna give me the fish. I want to see if the fish has eggs in it. Okay, he dropped the fish on the floor and he put it back on a piece of paper to give me. So I said, no way, it's just give me another one. He said, oh, it's clean, but it's really dust. See the market, it has all different variety of fish. And you just, this is shellfish from the Mediterranean. You just salt them and you can just buy it per pound. Let's see, another shop that I got there. This is like a smoked herring. It's actually made in France. No, this is the spice market. And you see all different grains. Again, everywhere you go, we will try to sell you stuff. It's not very clean. Ginseng. So we have ginseng, you name it, we have it there. And again, the moment you get there, we're trying to sell you. Oh. So anyway, it's a good place to visit, to be honest with you. It's fun and also has, it's just friendly people. They welcome you wherever you go, which is fantastic. So today I decided to do mostly street food in Egypt. And I'm going to start with one that we'll demonstrate today. Is considered one of the most popular street food in Egypt, called kushari. It's a filler. When I say filler, it has pasta in it, it has lentil, it has rice, and then tomato sauce and onion. So it has so many components. So I will get going because it's so many items that I need to start. So what I did, I cooked the rice a little earlier. One other thing is that chickpeas or garbanzo beans, I soaked in water overnight, and then I got those on a fire. so they become rather soft. So this is done here. Now what we need to do is to cook the lentil. I soak the lentil in some water, and that will allow it to cook rather faster. So I'm taking some of the lentil. You can use also the green lentil or the French lentil. So I'm using the brown lentil.
Zoom.
So I'm going to get that going. And then also you can add anything else. So there is some split pea, you can add that. Pasta, so I'm going to get some water going. I'm using elbow macaroni. But also you can use noodle. Some recipe they call also for bread. So imagine you got rice, pasta, and then also bread. So while we are working on those, we're gonna do, because they always top it with fried onion. So I'm gonna take some onion here and slice them. Here we are. You can also make them in rings. And we're going to put a little bit of flour on those and fry them. Here we are. So I got a little bit of flour here. We just get those in here till we get into the next step. I'm adding just a pinch of salt onto the onion. When you add a little salt, then it will produce a little bit of liquid, and that will allow the flour to stick into it. So here we are. So I'm going to set this aside for the moment and then work on the tomato sauce. Of course, with the pasta, you need to make sure your water is boiling first. So I'm adding a little bit of salt into my water. And then the tomato sauce is really simple. You can use fresh tomato, tomato from the can or plum tomato, a little bit of garlic. So I'm going to take some recipe call for more garlic, some recipe didn't call for much garlic and so on. This is here, I'm going to only use 2 cloves of garlic right here. I have some fresh tomato that's already peeled, so we're just going to slice him. Plus I'm going to use also the tomato sauce. So here we are. And we are going to saute that in just regular oil. So right now we're out of space, but we'll get here. So I'm just taking vegetable oil. We use all sorts of palm oil, which is not really that healthy, but actually has a good taste, because they do have lots of palm trees, so they produce lots of palm oil. Palm oil widely used in cosmetics or in soap, because it's not really that healthy to eat. So I'm adding my garlic right here. A little bit of cumin, hot pepper or pepper flakes, or chili. So it has to have little heat. And then we need a little bit of softness, we'll add a little bit of vinegar right into it. And actually you can have a whole plate for almost like $1. So you can get $1. So when I was in Cairo, for example, I will eat kosher lunch, dinner, because you can spend only $2 on meals, so no problem. So getting this here, I'm getting the tomatoes. I need to work on my pan, so. So we're going to add the vinegar into it. And then we add the seasoning. Like I said, we can add the chili paste, or you can add just the dry chili. So add in some chili paste. Later we need to add more, then we'll add more. Cumin intends to be very assertive, so you don't want to add too much of cumin. And also a little bit of coriander helps into that type of tomato. Now I'm adding the tomato sauce right here. A little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper. Because the lentil we did soak earlier, so it's not going to really take that long to cook. So once they are soft, they are ready to go. See, they are done. I'm going to get this back in here, and then I will get the water for the pasta. We're going to puree the tomato so it'll become nice, smooth sauce. And it takes about 3-4 minutes just to break down the fresh tomato. So sometimes they will add the bread, they will crisp the bread first, and then they will break it into pieces, and then they add it in a. Like I said, they eat bread more than anybody I know. Long bread. We're going to also get our oil. So the fried onion will be fried in vegetable oil, or again, any kind of oil, not olive oil for sure. So mixing those together. And I saw some other shops that will sell it with fried garlic also. Of course, anything fried is good. In Egypt, they are considered a Muslim country. Even they are very secular. So they do drink, they sell liquor and so on. So there is bars, but also there's lots of cafes. They have lots of water pipes, cafes. Of course, after COVID, you weren't allowed to do it because you can go from one mouth to the other, which you call it here, the hookah. So this is done. So getting our oil in here. And then we're going to take the tomato and we're going to puree that. My mixer here. then we're just gonna break it down. And I'm going to take these back into the pot. Here we are. So I'm going to reduce it a little bit. In the meantime, my water going for the elbow macaroni, so we're going to add those in there. So you guys better be hungry. I'm not going to waste all my time. And then, oh my God, can't eat all that. So we get in, the pasta takes about 4 minutes to be cooked. The oil is going, we get our onion together. In the meantime, we're going to talk about what we are making today. Okay, today's recipe is, so let's look at the recipe that I'm working with right now, which is the kosher recipe. Cooking time is 1 hour and 7 minutes. Total time 1 hour and a half. Let's see if we're going to beat that, right? I will beat that in about much less. So again, you have the crispy onion, that's for topping only. Making the tomato sauce, that's another component, another layer. And then you have the kosher itself, which is the lentil and the macaroni and the rice and so on. And you can, like I said, you can add any. So I'm using the chickpeas or garbanzo beans to add into our kosher. And is it blue?
Yeah, pink color.
Oh, thank you. Now I have lots of IT, that's cool. Sometimes I have nobody. Okay, this is a Middle Eastern lamb called kofte. Kofte is really like a lamb patties. You add spice into it, peppers, and you do it almost about 2 to 3 inches, 1.5 inch width, and it goes on a grill. That means for the person, for the group working on that, you're gonna turn the grill on, and you're gonna mark him. It's really fantastic. You can eat that with salad, or you can eat it with hummus. And hummus, it's actually made with chickpeas and tahini. Tahini is a sesame seed paste. It's really very pleasant, and we are going to combine all that together. Before we get to that, we're going to do samak hara. Samak hara, that means hot fish. That means hot, spicy fish. And we are using some cod, a little bit of cumin, and then a little bit of tahini in the end. It's really very simple, but also has a lot of garlic in it. You eat a lot of garlic, so you can actually smell it all over the place. I will get back to those in one moment. Now my oil is hot. Yeah. Just to get some paper towel. Our pasta is done. So we're going to turn that off. Pull it away from the fire. Getting the tomato back in. So everybody already confused, right? So many things going on. I hope you paid attention. So we just getting the tomato a little bit reduced, and then we'll start setting up our plate together. We just need a little bit of crispness. So we're going to start with the rice, of course. And you can use any kind of rice. Use also basmati rice, which is really has a good fragrance. So one layer of the rice. Okay, here we go. So we'll leave some rice just in case if somebody else needs more. Now we're going to heat up like the chickpeas. It's cooked because it takes time, so I had to do that a little earlier. Lentil. Pasta. My onion is almost done. Chickpeas. This is all one dish.
Chef, did you season?
Nothing seasoned.
So you
Yeah.
never put salt in the garbanzo?
No.
Never.
Only
Lentils.
salt in a little bit in the pasta, but we're going to season that at some point. Now this is ready. Yeah. Crispy onion. Now we're going to add just a little bit of salt. And now we have our tomato. So the tomato has enough spices in them. So when you mix them together, you don't really need. And this is really substitution for lots of protein because they don't really eat as much meat because they are rather pricey. Last thing we're going to add is the fried onion. Here, and then a little bit of pepper flakes. Again, a pinch of salt. And we're ready to taste. You guys ready? Come on down. So you gotta try everything by mixing it like this, and that's how it's eaten. Okay? Go ahead, you guys. Now you get some more onion going.
Lady first.
Oh, yeah.
Mm.